What's up, everyone? The big dog is here. Harry the big dog. This is the DJ interview. And as always, well, for this month of February, just to keep you guys updated, I am doing a February follow up, which I'm reaching out to the DJs that I previously interviewed and see what's going on with them from the last time I interviewed them to right now. So let me know in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. I see me loud and clear, but let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Just type in clear and loud, loud and clear. I just want to welcome everybody that's coming in. Welcome everybody from the replay. We are streaming to 3 different Facebooks, 1 YouTube. We are streaming to Periscope. We're streaming to Mixcloud and a few other platforms that we're streaming to. So what's been going on? It's been a busy week. And also in the chat, let me know if anybody has played with that. What is it? That Pioneer One, that new controller. Let me know if you've messed with that or actually seen it in real life. I know one of the things that it can do is spin like a turntable now. It looks like either the Rain 12 or one of them other things. But let me know if you guys have seen that. As always, it's me, and one of the things why I created this group, this group and page, yes, Rain One. Who is that? And Tommy Lee, in the description in the group. Wait, International DJ Tommy Lee. In the description in the group, there is a link which you can click so I can be able to see your name now. Go ahead and do that for me. It's in the description where you are right now. It'll say if something about if you well, who's in the group? Hey, Kiana. Who is in the group? Anyway, let me know. Let me know if there's that link. Whoever's in the group and you're making a comment, and if you see on the screen, it'll say that Facebook user. So whoever that is, that said Rain One, let me know. All right. So, like I was getting at, one of the reasons why I created this community is to learn about DJs from all over and their stories. Next month, I'm going predominantly West Coast. Chris Gloss is checking in. Next month, I'm going predominantly West Coast. I got a few DJs out there that I actually met at the virtual NAMM. I don't know how many of you DJs went there. Let me know in the chat if you did go virtually. It was really good. They had a lot of different stories. Patrice Rushen she did her thing. And DJ Jazzy Jeff, he got on the set for about an hour. And it was just a lot of good content about what's coming out, what's new, things that are happening now. And hopefully they look to go back to normal in 2022. So, like I said, we are following up with DJs that we have interviewed before. seeing where they are from the last time that we interviewed them. So one of my guests is not going to be on, DJ Togi. You know, get better, my brother, if you are watching. I know he had to go to the dentist and they was messing around in his mouth. So he's a little under and won't be able to talk correctly, and he don't want us to make fun of him. So, you know, who go figure. But we do have heavy hitter DJ Cam in the green room, so we're gonna bring him on in a second. I just want to thank everybody. I always thank you guys for joining in, for making comments, for actually, you know, participating in this DJ interview, whether it's the live or the recorded play. So let me bring on my boy. This is not going to be long. These interviews are short, you know, 10-15 minutes. That way we're just getting an update from these. Hey Don, I think I can still pull people's chats in. I'm using this new feature where the chat is on the side so you guys can see everything. And you might see some weird sayings, but you're gonna see it anyway. Hopefully nobody photobomb me, video bomb me from one of these other channels that I'm at. But I do believe I can pull people still in. Yes. What is up, Don? We got Chris Gloss checking in. We got Kiana checking in, and whoever's in the Facebook group. And I believe that was the international DJ Tommy Lee. So let me bring on my first guest. You guys seen him before. He is the owner of freeagentradio.com. Monique is on the check-in. What is up? I know you're in the group. You guys have seen heavy hitter DJ Cam before a couple of times. He's kind of like a regular here, and it's always a pleasure to talk to him. We were hanging out at his house the other day and did the radio show. Him and international DJ Tommy Lee, they do a Saturday night from 8 to 12. It's called Back to Back. They go 30 minutes each, all the way up until 12 o'clock. And sometime we get a bonus and we get overtime. So DJ Cam, what is going on? Can we hear you?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Good. Excellent.
Oh.
All right, if we're gonna keep this short, you know, everything's been the same. So
all right, thank you.
Talk to you later. Give you a Russell Simmons, John.
And that's a wrap. We'll see you next week.
I'm still great. I'm still one of the best to ever do it, and you know, nothing's changed. COVID did not affect me at all.
Chris Gloss said DJ Cam, the man, the legend. Cam. Who is saying that?
Oh, who's actually saying it?
Yeah, somebody's in the,
that's Michael Stone. Oh, in the group saying it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It
That's
your sister.
Yeah. Okay, dope.
So DJ Cam, I was just explaining to the crowd that we were at your house, not this past weekend, but the weekend before.
Mm-hmm.
And it snowed up there on Sunday. That was actually Super Bowl weekend.
Yeah, yep.
Where you know, our little side bet, you know who won.
Yeah, not the urban quarterback. Yeah. I don't want to talk about that too much. I don't want to burn up my 15 minutes talking about no football. Especially when the urban guy didn't win.
We got to do a few things. I got to talk to you a little more. We connected just a little bit more. You are working on other things with video stuff. I don't know if you want to mention any of that just yet.
Why not? Yeah.
I know you're doing big things. So explain to us what's been going on since the last time we interviewed, I believe sometime, I don't even know, because it's been a few times. I know it was one in June and a couple of months later and a couple of months later.
Yeah. Kind of been doing the same thing. Before, COVID hit, I was already working from home. So I was already, doing syndic stuff here and not working in studios at different radio stations, but broadcasting, to a handful of stations. So I was already in this setting that we're all getting used to. I've been doing it for the last like 2-3 years. So the change didn't really change for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Other than, just the COVID itself. But in terms of me DJing, I'm still doing the same thing, recording stuff for different stations here at the crib, in the studio and things like that, and sending them out. Just doing the same thing, really. Like when I say it has not changed, it has not changed. And as far as doing events, outside,
right.
The last event I did was I think it was the second week of March was the last, event I did. I did a 50th birthday party, and I haven't done an event since.
Wow.
And really don't have the desire to really want to go out and do events. I'm, a little leery about this whole COVID thing. So I'm not quick to want to go out and do a party and have to be out there and all that mess. Really that guy.
Right.
So I've been able to make the adjustment that I don't need per se to go out and do the events to maintain. So, which is a blessing, in itself. But I've been kind of setting myself up for that, in the last couple of years.
Right.
Putting my focus on radio as well as / internet radio, things like that, and then working on syndicated shows and things of that nature as well. So.
Right. For those of us who don't know about your radio station, talk a bit about that.
Free Agent Radio. Download the app. You can get it on Google Play. What's the other for the iPhones? However you get it on the iPhone.
Apple Store or something like that.
Yeah, Apple Store. What is it? What's the girl's name where you can yell to her, talk to her, and ask her to
Siri?
It's Siri and the other one who starts with
Alexa.
Alexa. You can get it on Alexa as well. We're also on Roku. So if you want to put us on the television and put us on your nice 70-inch television, you can do that as well.
Oh.
And do it through Roku, through not YouTube, through oh my goodness, I got a brain freeze.
TuneIn.
Yeah, TuneIn app. Oof, I haven't said that in so long. Let's get my own app. I've been pushing that so hard, but
I know, right?
You get on the TuneIn app through a Roku as well. We play current hip hop, R&B, 90s, 80s and 70s. We're working on a situation for Sundays. But me and Tommy on Saturday nights, we tend to play everything. So we play 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. But the station primarily deals with the current 2000s and 90s. That's, Monday through Friday, or, just the 7 days a week altogether. All clean. So it's radio friendly. I have a lot of barbershops that play the station during the course of the day, different times of the day. And I don't play the younger music as far as the trap music and things of that nature, that deep. I'm not really into that. That's not really my sound.
Right.
So I don't touch it. I'm a little more grown folk. So we deal with the new music, but the new music that's more grown, not the, the trap stuff. Nothing against it, just not for it.
Right.
And everybody else tends to cover it. So I don't have to make that a priority in terms of what I want to do, which makes Free Agent Radio a little different in terms of listening.
Now you touched on your Sunday lineup. I didn't know if you wanted to bring that out the bag yet, but if you want to go a little more in depth with it, we can. If not, we'll leave it alone.
I
But
we'll leave it and give people something to look forward to. But we're working on something major, dealing with 70s and 80s music. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be dope. And going to have you being a part of it too. So
yeah,
look out for the big dog.
look out for the big dog.
Yeah. So,
MC Lil Young Baby.
yeah. We don't touch all that, Joe.
For those of you who don't know, I started DJing again. I'm on vinyl. I'm strictly vinyl right now.
Beautiful.
And I'll probably go to the digital eventually, but I just love look at that album cover right there. 3 times dope. You don't see an MP3 that look that good.
Act Nicholas one. I like that.
About
Philly.
Oh man. So I'm strictly staying with vinyl right now, and just been practicing to be, luckily I know a guy who knows a guy that I can get on the radio with.
Yeah. Come on, man. Let's do it. Take advantage of this, man. Everybody, it's not taking advantage of this technology proper, as me and you've talked behind the scenes many of day for many of hours.
Yeah.
Just trying to take it to the next level. It's about ownership, people. Think a little bigger. Think outside of the box. Real
right.
Talk.
Definitely. Now, the DJs that I've interviewed so far this month, which is about 4 of them, and they were talking about how parties are starting to happen again, and they're doing a lot of virtual stuff online. What's your take on that? The going to an actual party for one, and then you're streaming one maybe through Zoom or one of the other platforms, not a Facebook or Instagram or something like that.
Going to an actual event, I'm not really for it. Like I stated before, I'm kind of playing by the rules with all this, what's going on from a health standpoint. So I don't feel the need, to go out and put myself at risk like that. I just don't think no party's worth it to me.
Right.
And I love DJing. I love hip hop. I'm a part of this culture. Like I said, I've been involved with this culture since 1980. Like, we can go tit for tat about this whole thing from top to bottom. But and as far as the Zoom and stuff like that, that's cool. But my thing is, like I said, once again, I've been DJing for, pretty much since 1980, 81, and been a business for the last 25 years. I don't know how much cats can get from doing a party through the Zoom situation versus being actually at the venue. I know there's a play on the price. I know somebody's going to sit around and say different, and that might be the case, but then that depends on how much you normally charge. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're a $100 DJ and you're getting to do the Zoom for $100, well, I'm not speaking to that person. I'm speaking to somebody who's making some real money. And how are you still able to get that real money and not be present?
Right.
Because it's very hard, and anybody knows that makes a decent amount of money doing this. It is very hard to get that money when you're going to be physically at the venue. So how do you sell that when you're not going to be at the venue?
Right.
And it's new. And then the newness doesn't cause people to just want to dive in head first and say, yeah, I'll give you what I paid you, when you came to the venue. Like, I don't know any promoter that's going to think that way. The first thing I see a promoter doing instantly is cutting the money in half.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever he's used to paying you, he's cutting it in half right off the rip. Bottom line, I don't care what the relationship is, how long you've been doing the club that he normally rents out or what have you. Just from a promoter's mind, anything he can do to get that money, he's going to do it. And I just look at it from that setting, and I'm like, it seems cool, but I don't know if I'm for it. Like I said before, I'm trying to fade out of, doing events. If I can't just get my asking price, I'm really not beat.
Right.
I'll be like, let the next guy get it. He can have that. So I'm not, But for those that are doing it, power to you. Just raise the bar. I just see a lot of cats just wanting to be on, and that's cute, but that ain't business. I'm a business dude when it comes to this. The funness wore off in the early 80s. So, this is a business to me. For some people, it might be some fun thing, and then Monday they go to their real job.
Yeah.
That's cool too. But there's levels to this.
Mm-hmm.
And we
Your real.
all ain't on the same level. Let's be very clear. Some people think they're equivalent to somebody who does this full time. When you're doing it part time, there's no way. I don't care what your talents, your skill set is. You can't be committed part time and be better than somebody who's full time and their skill set is up to par.
Right.
This doesn't measure out.
Now I'll play devil's advocate with you. People are making the same money online too. And it's not everybody. You do have those promoters and those people who and I'm looking to have these event planners who actually book DJs come on the DJ interview to explain to the crowd how you guys should be able to promote yourself and talk to people like that. I'm getting that hooked up now. But people are getting their regular fee. So yeah, whether this is going anywhere, I don't think so. They're predicting this live streaming thing because in my mind, even when the planet opens back up, that people are gonna still be leery like you are about going around different people. So nah, I'll take that Zoom party.
Right.
I'm getting the same or maybe just a little bit less. I'll take that all day because I don't have to pack up. I don't have to do this. A lot of people are turning to. I just did an event with one of my friends. Hope, if you're on, say something. I just did an event, me and my partner Chris Gloss, and it was for a military organization. And the thing came out really nice. The kicker is you're not just in your local area. They're out of Brooklyn. So you don't have just the 5 boroughs anymore. They had 7 different states from the last I looked, from New York, Philly, Jersey, Maryland, California, Virginia, Atlanta. And that's what I remember. But this thing isn't going anywhere. It opens up the world to you.
Oh yeah.
Your internet radio station, it opens up the world. You did tell me you got people in Europe that listen to your station.
Europe, Germany on a daily basis. So I've been in that zone for 8 years. So I kind of jokingly say everybody's playing catch up. I've been playing to people and playing my music in places where I probably never get to visit. And I've been doing that for the last 8-9 years, even when I was on satellite radio. I was on XM satellite, when I was on Music Choice, I was playing out to audiences in areas that I would never get to go to, so
that must be DJ Togi. He said, I'm there in spirit.
No doubt. Yep.
He told you, just type in a few things and we'll call it an interview. But that's my take on it. I'm reading because I do the live stream events now. This is my forte, all tacked on with the interviewing. And I'm looking and seeing now they're predicting in 2027, which is 6 years from now, that the live stream industry is going to be $184 billion business. It is not going anywhere because it opens up the world. People actually save money paying the same $397 you would have had to do if you went to NAMM and went to one of their events, or if you're going to the DJ Expo. Me and my boy, me and Tommy used to go periodically, sporadically. I was wanting to get out. I've been talking all day I've been on Clubhouse, I've been in meetings all day. So if my voice and my words trip up, that's I'm running out of words for the day.
Funny.
But this business isn't going anywhere.
Yep.
And
it's just free agent radio, bro. Like I said, I was on this early. Just the whole streaming, having the ability to create your own playlist, play what you want to play, say what you want to say, how you say it, how you play it, do it the way you see fit, and not have that overhead of, people that may not know the game as well dictate to you how they want it to move, because it's more of a financial thing. It's pay for play. Let's just get to it. Payola is alive and well. It hasn't gone anywhere. They just renamed it. They call it promotions. They call it marketing. They'll call it anything else but payola. But that's what moves. Most radio stations in its natural setting. But now with the internet, it freed all that up. And then my biggest thing I like to say, especially with with me just getting the app and having the app. I had that app now for a year. My app don't sound any different than Hot 97s. And at the end, actually, just to go ahead and toot my own horn, my app actually than Hot 97s in terms of sound quality.
Right.
Anybody need me? Go check it out real quick. Real talk. Just got a better, strong sound, because I can control that, in terms of how I want it, instead of just making it. Hot 97 is kind of a secondary thing. Not their main thing. They're paying millions of dollars for that tower. So that FM tower is what's important to them, not that app. That $300-$400 app does not mean as much, so they don't put as much into it. Where guys that have the internet stations that are smart about it, you put a little bit more energy into it, a little more love, you do a little more researching, you try to maximize and get the best sound quality you can get and things like that. Because once again, when you do the apps, we all one and the same. My sound don't sound no different than any major FM station that has a radio app.
Right.
We're all equal at that point. Now it's coming down to just who you like.
Yep.
Is my programming better? So you might choose to listen to me while your app is the selection of music. There's more variety. You're hearing stuff you may have never heard before. You might think it's new, but it might be a Ryan Leslie song that came out 10 years ago. It never got the radio.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm playing it because I like it. I just think it's a good song, and I think it's fit for radio, so I'm going to play it. I'm not inspired by any financial. I'm just playing what I think sounds good. As a DJ, that's just the role of a DJ, is to play good music.
Right.
No such thing as a good DJ that plays bad music. That's not how it works. So us as DJs, we know better than the music that comes out, so.
Let me just refresh the crowd. February this month, I'm doing a follow-up with DJs I've already interviewed. And today we have DJ Cam with freeagentradio.com. And we're just kind of catching up with him and seeing what was going on with him and what he's doing from the last time we interviewed. Now, bringing the crowd in this, I want some crowd participation, some comments in this chat. And the question is directed at you, but I want some participation. What do you think about people that have radio stations and they want to keep it real, and the radio stations just curse all up and down? I know if you can do it, but what's your take on it? Because I know you play clean music, 99% of the time.
Yeah. He's at 99%.
There's some that slip through. I heard it.
There's an inside joke there. We won't touch on that. Yeah, I just think once again, from a marketing standpoint, I think it just makes more sense to play clean music. Because like I said before, I have like barbershops that'll tune in and lock in. So even though that might be detected as one listener, they got people running in and out of that shop getting their haircut. So that one listener might generate 100 listeners for me that particular day.
Yep.
That might not know what free agent radio is, and they might ask the barber, "Hey, what's this you playing? What is it?" They might not know what station, or they might realize not their local station in whatever town they're in, and inquire in that way. And next thing you know, you've gotten new listeners because you're playing in areas that have a larger audience inside of them.
Right.
So where to me, when you're playing the curses and all that, that's kind of the mixtape life. It's cool and it has its place. I just feel like when you go that route, you're very limited. So for instance, you're not going to be able to play in that barbershop. I don't think most barbershops, I'm not going to say all, but most, and when I say barbershops, they're normally connected with beauty salons and things of that nature. So you're getting a nice range of an audience getting to hear you just because you're playing cleans instead of dirties, where the dirties, none of those type of settings or local mom and pop store. I used to have this store in further South Jersey towards Atlantic City. They used to play me actually in their mom and pop store. You
Wow.
know, like now if I was playing dirties, I would have never got that look. And is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I gain not if I don't go that route? How do I, you know, however many listeners I might have gained through playing clean, how do I gain those same listeners playing dirty?
Right.
What are my outlets? You know what I'm saying? So you get real limited to that. So my thing, and then I come from radio. So just naturally, I just think clean just makes sense anyway.
Yeah.
Just being somebody who's been listening to radio since the early 70s. Yeah. And I'm saying that as a listener, not as a DJ, not as an owner of a station. I'm speaking now as a listener, which I always am and always will be first, because that's how it all started, you know. So just makes sense to me. Like, once again, keeping it in the mind of business, it just makes good sense.
Right. Well, definitely, thank you for your time. I don't know if you want to mention anything else, but I wanted to keep these kind of short just as a follow-up.
No doubt.
So what's in the future? We already know about your Sundays that we'll touch on as it gets closer. And I'm assuming it's the next couple of months it's going to get a little closer. What else is in the future with radio.com?
We got a couple of shows coming on. I got some new shows that just came on like in the last week or two. So I got to update that on the website. We're going to have a new morning show, Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, which I'm a part of that. Michael Sean and Takeover Legends, which is me, Jay Black, Sexy Mo, and of course, Michael Sean. So we're going to be doing that starting very soon, hopefully within the next week or two. So
okay.
we'll be on Monday through Fridays from 6 in the morning to 10. Then I come on from 10 to 1. Then, of course, Rhonda Supreme from 1 to 2.
1 to 2, yeah.
So we're doing that. And then also I have Cheryl Underwood radio from 2 to 5, Monday through Friday. So that's a change of pace. Her show's a good show, good energies, a lot of funny things. She's very political and very conscious of things, so she speaks a lot on that, and whatnot. So it's a good variety, a good balance of fun and education all in one shot. Then at 5 o'clock, I'm back on the mix. I do a mix called the Traffic Mix, or the Traffic Jam Mix, which is a syndicated mix, but I also air it on Free Agent, but it's on a handful of other stations as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, what I'm going to end up doing is all the shows that I eventually syndicated through Free Agent Radio Group are going to air on Free Agent Radio. Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm moving and what I'm doing. And for those that listen to the station, they'll see the changes and how things are moving, and for those who know, you can come and be curious, give us a shot. If we work, let's rock. If we don't work, that's cool too. Everything ain't for everybody.
So if there's a DJ on here looking to get in contact with you for a possible radio slot or, to inquire about it, how can they reach you?
Just on any of the social medias. Just hit me on the DM or what have you, and we can talk. Like I said, I just picked up two new mix shows just in the last 3 weeks. The one's going to air this week for the first, and I have two others that started airing about 2 weeks ago. So it's all about the quality and the consistency. I tell everybody, every DJ wants to be on radio, but radio is not for every DJ.
Right.
There's a level of commitment, consistency that has to exist. It can't be a thing. Oh, I can't send you a show this week because I got to do this club. The club has nothing to do with radio.
Right.
Flex is on the radio 6 days a week, does just as many clubs as anybody that's listening now. It gets it all done. So if you want to be that guy, you got to be able to do it all. Nothing negates the other. Nothing on radio negates you doing the club, and nothing in the club negates you from doing something on the radio. You got to make the time and make it work. And once again, that kind of, to me, goes back to that whole part-time, full-time mentality.
Right.
Yeah.
And they'll reach you at DJ Cam 609.
Yeah, at DJ Cam 609, Instagram, Twitter. Facebook. What is my Facebook? What is
Somebody
it?
type that in
DJ
the
Cam
chat.
Jenkins. Say it again.
I was telling somebody to type that in the chat.
Oh,
At
okay.
DJ Cam with a K.
Yep.
609.
09 on Instagram, Twitter, and then on Facebook it's DJ Cam Jenkins.
Okay.
Yep. Just hit me up. We talk. You know.
DJ Cam, they'll find you.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So for those of you who came in late watching the replay, go to freeagentradio.com and take a listen. Chris Clausen said Cam is dropping bombs.
Yeah. Download that app. Do yourself a favor.
Download that app.
Do yourself a favor. Give it a shot. That's all. That's all. That's all it is. You know?
Especially on a Saturday night. That's when, you know, I can wind down. You know, it's a certain time that I come on. You guys start at 8, but I come on between 9:30 and 10. And it's just because I can come and relax and actually enjoy the music, like you said earlier, as a listener.
Right. And the thing actually, and speaking on that, shout out to international DJ Tommy Lee. When we started that and I came up with the idea and kind of drug him in and pulled him in, I asked him, but I kind of told him in the stuff, we're going to do this. I was like,
headlock style.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I was like, this is a good way for us to create a Saturday night club situation, but not be restricted to playing those same records that a lot of DJs get trapped in playing when they're playing in the clubs live. I'm one to want to play different music. I don't want to get trapped and caught up and playing everybody's top 20 songs. Like, I'm not a jukebox. That's not I ain't get into this for that. They got jukebox. They got machines that can do that.
And that's what makes you guys so much different than other people. You know, I don't get me wrong. I do love the regular music you've heard over and over and over, but you guys will play the originals of songs. Yeah,
we play originals, samples.
Wow.
We'll play the Blue Eye Soul. We'll touch stuff, like I said, 70s, 80s, 90s. Yeah, we touching it all. We're not
touch it all.
Yeah, we're not no shame. And it's just, and if you're into music, and then once again, I guess too, me and Tommy, what we're also doing is showing off our knowledge of music and our history of music and how much we know about the latter music, you know, in terms of knowing stuff from, you know, if me and Tommy just have a conversation, say, look, we're going to do an hour where we play music from 1973 to 1976. We can pull it off. It's nothing. That's a no-brainer. Right. You know, a lot of cats can't really do that, you know, and if they do, they're going to play those generic songs that were the hits in that era. No disrespect, but it's cool to play that hit, but it's cool to play the other 4 songs that were out at the same time that might have been in the top 30 and not the number 1 song, but it might have been the number 25 song, which still counts. That's still major to have a record out there's number 25 in the country when you think about how many records come out a day. So, and then once again, what that does is sets a mood. When you play those songs in that setting, you're setting a mood and giving people an idea of what the music sounded like during those years. Yeah. You know, and a lot of DJs can't do that because they weren't around. They don't know the music.
They don't know.
Then when they do touch it, once again, they're just touching the generic stuff. It's cool to play Outstanding, but there were so many songs that were just as good as Outstanding that were out at the same exact time. I'll touch and I'll leave the Outstanding alone. I won't even get into that. That's the obvious. I'll give you these 7 songs that came out the exact same time and have the same effect for those that know the music. Now, if somebody doesn't know the music, it's not going to be relatable. But then you can come and learn too, because I like to teach. Boom, boom. Hold on to that.
Just about to mention that when Cam plays, he not only plays the music, he'll give you stories behind it. So it is, and then you guys have Tommy has a Monica mix and you have a me mix. Yo, I was on the text with y'all. Y'all killed it last weekend, this Saturday that just passed.
Yeah, the Valentine's Day joint. Yeah.
Tommy did his thing, and I was like, okay, Cam, what you got? And then you came right behind him with the fire. And I'm like, yo.
We played, for those that didn't get to hear it, we played ballads, which is something we don't normally do on the Saturday night. But being that it was, the day before Valentine's Day, it just made sense. So what we did that last hour, we ended up playing ballads that whole hour.
Yep.
We're just playing, up tempo stuff. Just
Yep.
to change, once again, just to change it up. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I gotta I know I've got you on, but I gotta big up DXT.
oh yeah,
I
I heard
I was on with them all day the other day on Sunday, getting all the tech stuff straight. Y'all coming behind the scenes now. And me, him, and Rhonda was on, and this dude from 9 o'clock, I listened to about from 9:20-ish to about 11:30-ish. This dude did the dopest slow song set I ever heard for that long.
Yeah, you went in.
Yo.
D, you owe me a mix too.
For real. If you listen,
me a mix, man.
If you hear this, let D know he did, because I'm gonna probably reach out to him after this just to let him know. Like, yo, he still got it.
Now, did they record that? Do you know offhand? Since you were behind the scenes,
it was on Facebook and everything, but I was actually on the software listening in, just making sure sound was good and everything, and I just got to listening and doing work.
Right.
It was one of them things, not to take nothing away from y'all, because y'all dope too.
It's good. Look, we learned from him. Cut it out, man. That's what it's supposed to be. We're not sitting here claiming to be the ones. We just providing an option. And someone like Grand Mixer comes on and plays, or Red Alert. You gotta. That's when I fall back and listen.
Yeah,
I'm not a DJ at that moment. I'm a fan. I'm taking it all in.
A listener.
Yeah, I'm a listener. I'm getting right in the mode I'm supposed to be in. I ain't supposed to be competing. You fall back, take that in, learn something.
Yeah,
that's how you learn. Then that's when you hear me come back, dropping gems, giving them little lessons, because I didn't learn something, found out something, or he might have played something like, oh man, I forgot about that record. Let me play that and educate cats on what label this was on and who produced it or whatever, or what studio it was recorded in, or who sang background on that, where you might not know that Luther Vandross sang background on that song.
Yeah.
Things you would just never know, because now with the new age, with the MP3s, we don't have any of the information.
Nope.
None of the liner notes. We can't read and find out anything. That's probably the one thing I hate about getting new music. You know nothing. At best, you'll know the name of the artist, song.
You don't know who produced it.
And sometimes if it's clean or dirty. But outside of that, you don't know who produced it, who wrote it, what studio was recorded in, who engineered it. None of that stuff. Nothing. And all of it's been done somewhere. None of that stuff changed.
That's why I love the albums. Remember, there was a time you had the whole album lyrics on the back or in the sleeve.
Yeah. So, I hate not having all of that information at your disposal. And I mean, it's not like it doesn't exist anymore. They just opt not to share all that.
Yeah.
Now everybody's just rushing to send out an MP3. And the crazy part is all of that information could be sent on that MP3. There's enough room to write all that information on there if you want to take the time.
Even in the description,
take the time.
Within the MP3, they have all of that stuff there.
Yeah.
Nobody will go in there and look at it.
So
DJ Cam, any last words?
And just download that app. Do yourself a favor. Stop being a sucker. Download that app. If you ain't downloading it, I'm coming. Next time I see your phone, I'm gonna snatch it. If you ain't got it, I'm downloading it for you.
You heard it. DJ Cam is gonna snatch your phone.
Yeah, don't know me and don't have it. That phone don't have my
whoever
my app on my phone. I'll snatch your phone. I'm telling you now. I'm gonna have to thug it. I have to go chuck on y'all.
So this is Harry the Big Dog, and this is the DJ interview. We are on back next Tuesday, 8-ish, as always. And we'll have another set of DJs and follow up with them. And then in March, we'll go back to our regular DJ interviews. Like I said, I'm going West Coast.
Oh, nice.
because I
got other guys you gotta talk to then.
got a few DJs out there, and they're gonna come on, and it's some old school DJs that we've never heard of, because I've never heard of them until I reached out to them and they agreed to do the interview.
Mhm.
So, and I was telling them that it's a thing where us East Coast people have no idea who a lot of those West Coast people are. You may have heard of a few names, but not your local ones. You haven't heard from a lot of DJs here that was on the DJ interview and never knew they existed, but they're playing 40 years.
Yep.
So stay tuned, always 8-ish Tuesday, and we were gone.